Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your favorite podcast of all time, the 1973 podcast. A lot of chirping this week on social media. People trolling. That's good. Love it. Love the heat. We love cheap heat. It means people are watching. So we're doing what we do. And I want seeing that we start off with an entertainment type segment. I was presented with a question this week from somebody I work with that came across the podcast and wanted me to actually ask a question.
Oh,
I wish it was a more eclectic group this week for this question, but I figured I would ask it. In their prime, who are you taking? Prime Susanna Hoff or prime Belinda Carlisle? Think about it.
ding, 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 ding.
Phantom,
Carlisle.
prime Belinda Carlisle. Edward?
I don't even know how to answer that.
I don't even know who they are.
Oh,
Ooh.
Bradford.
I mean, Belinda Carlisle, she's a chick from the Bengals, right?
Oh, you got him reversed.
Opposite.
Okay.
The other one's from the Go-Go's.
Okay.
Belinda Carlisle, Go-Go's. Susanna Hoff's, Bengals.
Okay.
What are you taking, Ed?
I'm going to go with neither.
Ed taking a knee.
Yeah.
He's going Switzerland. He's going I'm joining the monastery on that one, fellas.
Mm.
Bradford, who you got?
Belinda, whatever, from the, what'd you say she was from?
The Go-Go's?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. All right.
All
That
right.
was my
All
pick
right.
also.
You
Yeah,
got the beat.
Yeah. That was my pick. All right. So
that's my pick.
all right, come on. Ed, it was Bradford's movie. For one watch, everybody knows the rules. So you gotta do the lead in.
Yes,
Big
sir.
shoes to fill. Let's go.
All right, hey there, podcast fans.
That's
Are you
you.
ready to show off your love for the 1973 podcast? We've got 20 different designs of t-shirts and hoodies that capture the essence of classic stuff. Whether you're a fan of the show or just love that retro feel, we've got something for everyone. From bold prints to your subtle nods to your favorite personalities, each piece is made with top-notch quality and that timeless style that you crave, perfect for lounging at home or making a statement out and about. And don't wait, our collection is flying off the shelves faster than you can say, don't be cheap, buy a shirt. Visit us now at bonfire.com or grab your favorites before they're gone. And also check us out at the 1973 podcast t-shirt store on the YouTube link. Just click the link below.
Yeah, just buy a shirt, dude.
Buy a shirt, dude. Saw, dude. What's up, dude?
So, Bradford, it was your pick. So we're starting with you. Tell everybody what your pick was, and you have the floor.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, starring the thespian of this generation, aptly named, because this dude is supremely talented, cannot be touched, the Nicolas Cage. And I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say about this movie. First of all, I did not watch this until I picked it. So I didn't even know we were getting into. We went into it blind. And I love going, bro. I love going into these movies blind. I love picking a blind pick and we watch it for the first time and we all just give an honest review. But I've been wanting to watch it. This movie, I think, helped restart his career, number one, because things were kind of down in the dumps. He was doing a lot of B flicks and like straight to Netflix and stuff. And then this movie shot him back up. So kind of ironic that what this movie was about and what it was called and how it kind of revamped his career. But anyway, it felt like a greatest hits, if I want to say, of Nicolas Cage movies. Like it was a lot of Cage movies rolled into one film. There were obvious notes from like Face Off and like Leaving Las Vegas and National Treasure and like is a buddy flick. It's a caper movie. you know, uh, the only part that creeped me out is when he started making out with his alter ego self at the bar. But then I was like, man, this is a Nicolas Cage movie, so I'll allow it. And from there, it was all uphill for me. It wasn't what I thought because this movie did get memed a lot with that scene with Pedro Pascal in the car and he's like staring at him. Uh, and I definitely didn't see the whole drug kingpin hostage situation coming to, full circle at the end of the film. That being said, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm also self-proclaimed. I'm not even kidding when I say it, a huge Nicolas Cage fan when it comes to movies. And I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
7.5, Ed, from Brad. 7.5.
That 7.5. Okay.
Ed, we're gonna let you go next so you can reveal Tom's score, and you can tell Brad why you didn't watch this movie. You can blame him why you didn't watch it.
He thought it was a documentary.
So, Tom he gave the score of 7.3. And so when I asked the group on the group chat, what the movie was that it came across, and I was like, I thought somebody was answering something from somebody else up there in the feed, and I must have just lost it. So I didn't watch it because I was just like, well, that doesn't seem like it's a movie title to me, so I didn't watch it.
So you didn't even Google it?
No, I
You
thought
don't watch a little
He thought the title was the reply to a different message. He didn't realize it was a movie.
it was somebody else.
There you go, Brad. What the fuck? All right. So I'll jump in because it's Phantom's pick this week, so we always go last with the person that's picking. So let me just tell you, Brad, this movie sucked. This movie sucked. I was telling the guys before we went on that this is the reason why AI is going to be a thing. I think a fan could make a better movie than this freaking piece of crap. There was nothing there was not one likable thing about this movie for me. Not one. Nothing. There was nothing about this movie that I liked. The concept of it that they're okay, I can kind of get it, and that's what got me through the movie. I was always hoping that there was going to be like some kind of surprise to it, or they're leaning towards nothing. This was like an egotistical Nicolas Cage movie. This might, out of all the movies we've watched, I think this is the worst pick so far of all the movies.
Because that Ice Cube War of the Worlds jump off was terrible.
I watched that.
The movie was terrible.
Any of these movies drop below a 7 if I have to pick up my phone. If I have to pick up my phone because I'm bored, it's below a 7. 7, if you get a 7 or above from me, it means I didn't look at my phone not one time. I was entertained, and we go from there.
It's almost entertained through the whole hour and 47.
Portnoy review. You got to have lines in the sand here. This movie blew. I am giving this movie a 5.6. This is a terrible flick. And not the good reasons to be terrible. Not Grindhouse bad. This movie was bad. If I never watch this movie again, I won't miss it. This was terrible. Terrible.
Going to get an extra 0.5 from the 2 gold guns?
No.
Right?
Nothing. Nothing.
You talk like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Pat.
Nice that you have a sidekick tonight.
You should drop that score a little lower.
You think even my son says we should drop that score lower?
Oh no! Look, not everybody can be a Nick Cage.
And I'm not shitting on Nicolas Cage because I don't like him as much as you do. It's not a bromance thing. But
I don't think anybody does.
But I can see that the perfect storm of acting with Rogue One's Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage.
Pascal.
Yep, was that's why Brad loved this movie. His two of his man crushes, we'll say, were in this movie.
Pedro Pascal actually is not in Rogue One. He is in Mandalorian.
Well, Dad, I need to beat your butt for that one.
See?
Yeah, beat him up.
Okay.
Beat his butt.
All right. So, Phantom, you have the floor. It's your pick this week, too.
Yeah, my God, I'm skip right to mine.
No, just wait till the end. You got to give Ed some time to calculate.
All right. So we go into it. Andy, I was with you. Off the rip, I'm like 20 minutes in, I'm like, oh my God, this thing freaking sucks.
Well, 20 minutes in is when he made out with himself at the bar. So you got to get past that part.
All right. So
Bogus.
I'm working through it.
Bogus.
Once he hits the island, starts getting a little bit better. So when the action starts coming in, all of that, I tell you what would have been perfect for this movie is if they would have taken Pedro Pascal out and put in Charlie Sheen.
Whoa.
Then this movie might have been a all timer.
That would have been something.
But they didn't go that route. Still, I gotta say, I somewhat enjoyed the movie. In typical Nicolas Cage fashion, I thought the movie sucked, and I thought it was good in the same movie.
At one point, it kind of came across as like a Cheech and Chong buddy flick, dude.
Kind of it came around. It came around, like had a little Step Brothers action kind of going on to it. So I'm coming in higher than Andrew with a 6.5.
Ed, we need a tally, and while we're waiting for Ed to tally this, give us a timpani roll like the old Jerry Lewis telethon. What do you got for next week there, Phantom?
I'm going to go with Sleepers.
Okay.
Sleepers.
Yeah, it's from 96. It has Brad Pitt, Robert De Niro, Kevin Bacon. I haven't watched it in a long time. I kind of want to dig back into it a little bit.
Okay.
Bro, how have I never heard of this movie?
No, you never heard of it? That was
Oh,
good movie.
Ed, final score.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I am going to round this down.
Okay.
Because of what it came in. So it came in at 6.725. I'm rounding
6.7.
So I'm going to round it down to a 6.71.
Andy, we could have really dropped this one off a cliff. You broke my movie rule rating. The 50% mark is a 5. You went over better than halfway of liking it. Movies out of the shits gotta be in the 3s.
Oh, well, it's not quotable at all. I mean, when you're taking
every Nicolas Cage movie is quotable because he does the same thing in every movie. That's what he does in every movie. Nicolas Cage, quotable.
Somebody's been drinking.
Yes, he has.
Not enough for that one.
Oh man.
So
hey, IMDb has it as a 7.0, so we're not even that far off.
Oh, that's brutal.
And the comments at the bottom is how this movie relaunched his career.
I want this as a sticking point for all future podcasts. One watch, everybody knows the rules. 5 years from now, when fans are making better movies with AI than Hollywood is, this is the reason why. I just want you to know this is part of the downfall of Hollywood making movies like this. Terrible. Uncalled for. Terrible.
I like when they're bad, but they're fun to watch, though. Like, I'm not going to go rewatch this movie.
No.
But it was fun to watch. Like, I didn't ever, I was never distracted, or I wasn't like I'd have to get on my phone, or I was never bored. Like, I kept waiting for something else to happen, like something big. And of course, it doesn't really ever happen, but that aspect of it kept me hanging on. And it being a Nicolas Cage movie, and it was like a shotgun blast of what movies are supposed to, is all over the fucking place.
Listen, the positive stuff of
Mike.
Oh.
From 1 to 10, how do you rate that movie that we watched last night? Solid 1 from the wife.
Solid 1.
Nice.
Hey, not everybody can be a Nick Cage fan, man. Not every one of his movies can be Con Air.
Listen, the best thing about this is the blind pick, Brad. For comedic purposes aside, when you pick movies like that and it's something that we haven't seen, it serves a purpose of loving to watch movies. So
yeah,
I threw Brad under the bus.
Get ready, because my next pick is going to be Paddington 2. Just because they talked about it so much in this fucking movie.
Andy was already crying.
I was crying at that last pick. Never mind that one.
Paddington.
Oh, we're doing it.
We're about 3/4 of the way through that movie, and my wife's like, "Oh man, you picked a stinker." I'm like, "Not me, Brad."
the
Oh, I love it.
the speedo around the pool didn't do it for.
Too long of a t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Oh man.
Jeez.
What a classic. What a classic.
Brad, speaking of classics, let's segue away from this awful movie that you picked this week and talk about some awful pro wrestling. The state of pro wrestling is at an all-time low.
Oh, why?
Go ahead. Fill in the blanks.
I love sports.
Why? I don't WWE's
You're
been
stuttering.
yeah, we've talked about how ice cold they are. So one, didn't expect the for Cody to drop the undisputed championship belt on a Friday
That's what it's
night
all about, dude, though, right?
in Germany.
Yeah,
And it's actually it's the first time it's been dropped on regular programming since like 2019 or 20 something. Yeah, so it's been a while. And it's the first time it hasn't been dropped on a PLE like Mania or SummerSlam in even so many years. So really weird that they just did that so randomly. But not weird if you've been following Drew McIntyre's career up to this point. First of all, he signed a deal with The Rock to do the to promote the Under Armour shit. So even back when we are talking about The Rock stealing Cody's soul and all this with John Cena, we always thought there was one more that's going to come in. Well, unofficially, that person was Drew McIntyre because he signed up for all the advertising and shit. But on top of that, Drew, he's been in the main title scene for years. It's been a while. And heel Drew is phenomenal. Like heel Drew is absolutely hilarious. He cooks, he has the build, he has the move set. He can hold his own on the mic and in the ring. He does whatever it takes. He's a company man. They love him in Europe. So the last Clash of the Castle, I think it was in Paris. He wrestled Roman Reigns maybe and got screwed over by the bloodline, and there was a whole beef and whatnot. People were super pissed that he didn't win that one because it was a hometown hero type thing. There's a lot of build up for Drew McIntyre going back to Europe and the European community really lifting him up and supporting him. I would have preferred it happened on a PLE. We've had several that were over there. I don't understand why now on a SmackDown this was their final decision. I even had to ask the kid today. I was like, "Did we miss something? Was there a PLE this weekend? Was it like another Saturday night main event? Like what is all this chatter going on? How do we miss it?" But there's not. It was just a SmackDown. But then they build it with the three stages of hell, and they built up to it for like a month. I just didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Whenever they were advertising it, they kept cutting these promos about three stages of hell. I didn't know that was going to be on SmackDown. My dumb ass was thinking a PLE was coming up. So when it happened last night, I was like, "Oh wait, this is it." At the end of a 3 hour episode, by the way. But the fact that it was done in Germany and the European crowd, man, they are on another level. Like when they're in the corner and they're chopping them, they go straight to the Ric Flair, woo, right out the gate. You put that same move in an American audience, it takes 3 or 4 chops before they start hitting the woo. So the European crowd is on it. I think they deserved a big moment. Again, I would have preferred it on a PLE. They've had plenty of opportunity. I don't know why they chose now. Um, I don't know. And Jacob Fatu came back, so I thought that was a pretty badass move. And he's been beefing with Drew McIntyre for a while, so it all worked for me. I was just surprised because I thought this was just going to be another night of SmackDown. I didn't know the three stages of hell was going to be regular programming.
Maybe we can bring Ed into the fold for a little bit with this next thing with the lawsuit.
Ooh,
In his maybe Ed's input on
talking about the class action?
how they
Yeah.
are presenting that with you have to premium buy ESPN at first, Ed. But once you have ESPN that you pay for, they want you to pay for the pay-per-views on top of that. So you pay for ESPN to watch WWE, but the only way you can watch WWE with ESPN is to pay for it again.
What?
Yep. Yep. So say you're paying the monthly subscription. Let's say it's, I don't know. I do the one with the hockey. It's one price for the whole year, and I think it's like around $100 or whatever. And then you get all the, you know,
You get everything
sports
else
that.
along. Yeah.
But in order to watch WWE, you have to have that and then pay for the pay per view PL. They call them PLEs now. On top of that, thoughts?
Wow. I mean, I think that goes to what the I think he's one of the owners of the Tampa Bay Bucks was saying is like, we're starting to ask our fans to pay for everything, like on different services and everything like that. I mean, like the thing about it is just like all of these sports are going to wind up outpricing their fans. At a certain point, people are going to be like, no more. I was talking to a couple guys at work up in Tallahassee the other day.
Shout out to the guys at work.
Yeah, shout out to the guys that work. See, I was wearing the shirt. And we're talking about, the concept that we've always talked about is in Ryan's point of, wrestling being for the
The
middle
poor.
class poor folk,
Go to poor.
for the poor folk, right? And we all agree that I mean, $1,000 to go see WrestleMania. Now, come on, man.
It was more than that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was like
You
10
know,
grand a ticket.
And you don't even get to keep the seat.
yeah. I mean, they should give you your own. Like, I just think that it's just getting to the point where, like, they're making it. I think they're going to turn into what happened with the UFC when UFC went to ESPN. UFC kind of went to, even though they got paid that big money, they kind of went to the back to the back burner because ESPN has so much other programming to go on with NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, you know, soccer, basketball. Oh, they have so much programming now, so it's not a priority to them. And so I think that that's what's going to happen to the WWE. They're going to get pushed, and then they're going to make the deal like Dana did to go to Peacock. I think that's the exit. That Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong. If that's
Yeah.
probably
Paramount Plus.
Paramount, yeah. So I mean, like the thing about it is that after a while, like your fans are going to your fans are going to take eyes off of you. And I mean, how do you continue to grow when your fans are your kids, and how do you continue to brand build? You're not. So you're gonna. So I think it's ridiculous, and I would assume that somebody's going to take them to court, and they should probably win. That's my thought.
They'll lose. They're going to be like, should have read the fine print.
Oh.
It's always been that way. So they can sue all they want. They ain't winning shit. I kind of like what UFC did though to kind of get out of that once they got off from ESPN. Now this Paramount Plus thing. I mean, granted, you still got to pay, but like Andy was saying, you pay for the app, and then it's like $10 a month. But now you get all the pay-per-views, and then the formatting of it is pretty good as far as archives go, where you can kind of click on a fighter and then go into and watch their fights. So all the fights are libraried by contenders. And you can, so if somebody's coming up and every once in a while they have those main events with those guys that are up and coming, you don't really know who they are. You can kind of go back and bang through like their last couple of fights to get a look at them or whatever. But the setup of it is pretty good. I was kind of laughing though when I saw that lawsuit thing coming up. I'm like, oh geez. But it's funny too because they do deceive you kind of when they make you feel like. I can remember when we were talking about it when they first were going to ESPN, and Andy and I and Brad were kind of like, oh, like we already have the app for hockey, and it was like, well, now we'll get the wrestling. That's cool. And then I was like, they kind of said that you still got to pay, and then you're paying like a regular price. It's not like you're paying like a cheap price once you already have it. It's total ripoff.
I think they at the core they're everything that's been built over the last I don't know 70 years maybe with the pro wrestling being like counterculture for families on the cheap, and going back to territory days and pre boom, it was always like you had that little niche of wrestling fans that were not everybody when you were in school watched wrestling. So you had those couple of kids that you could talk wrestling with. And then maybe you turned them on to, or they turned you on to wrestling magazines, or they turned you on to, wrestlers that you didn't know, or then the VHS thing happened and somebody was recording tapes and you would get tapes from somebody or whatever. And all that's gone. Everything that made it what it is, it's never going to be what they want it to be. It can't be expensive because it's not made to be expensive. If you're going to cut that roster in half, so be it to save money. But you don't need 3 hours of. You'd be lucky if you got 3 hours of wrestling on TV back in the day. Never mind, 30 hours of wrestling every week with specials and live events and SmackDown and Raw being 3 hours and NXT being 2, and AEW's got shows on at least 2 a week, plus TNA if you can find it, and then all those offshoots if you can find them online. It's just you're bombarded with it, and it's going to force people to start watching or find AEW because they're looking for an alternative that's cheaper because their kid loves wrestling, and you're going to not be able to afford it, and you're going to find an alternative that has semi big stars or names or whatever. And unless somebody comes along and purchases WWE out from Nick Khan and that group, I don't know who would, but it has to go back to basics in order to thrive. It just has to. It goes in cycles, and I don't know if we're in one of those cycles that it's booming, but if it ever goes in the toilet, you'll see a lot of changes. Thoughts, Brad?
Bring back Vince.
Yeah, I think if they ever brought him back, it'd just be for an on-air personality thing. I don't think he'd have any control over
Bring
it.
back Vince. Get rid of Triple H. Like Triple H, he's a bro's bro. Like you just give it time. People complain because there wasn't enough ethnic diversity in the championship circles, and now it's like, oh, you're black, here's a belt. It's like he's listening to the fans too much. People cried about Cody, and that changed everything. And people hated on Jey Uso, so that abruptly ended his infatuation with the crowd. And now you've got a lot. I don't know, man. It's get rid of Triple H, man. I don't think he's doing that good of a job. I'll be honest with you, man. And we used to complain about AEW and how they would drop these titles, these major events on just regular programming, and now WWE is doing the same thing. So like we got to hold them to the same standard. And you said it best, Andy. Like AEW is still priced out for the poor. My buddy took his whole family when AEW All In was in Dallas or Fort Worth this past summer or whatever. Took his whole family, a family of 4. I don't know anybody. I don't have a single friend that can afford to take a family of 4 to WrestleMania.
No. No. And then, but even though if you do rub the nickels together to get you there, where are you sitting? Are you just going to say when?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, would you rather stay at home and be in the comfort of your own home and watch it with your family, and you can see, and you're still watching everything live, and you can get food and have fun or whatever? Or you're going to just go to Vegas to say you went and then be miserable when you're sitting in the nosebleeds for $400 a ticket,
Yeah.
and not see anything just to say that you went to one?
Yep.
I don't know. So there's some happy medium there of what's worth it and what's not worth it.
Go sit in the nosebleeds and stare at the Jumbotron the whole show.
Pay all that money to still watch it on TV.
Right.
Yep.
Right. That's kind of my point. And it happens like that with concerts too. I mean, it's nice to go, but if you're watching most of it off the big screen, then it's not even to me. That's just my thoughts.
Not worth it.
Not even worth
not
going.
worth it.
Did you see the thing with Triple H? I don't know if it was the one in Germany, but he must come out before the show when they're trying to like pump up the crowd or whatever. So he's on the mic and he tells all the crowd, he goes, "Hey, here's what I want you to do. I'm about to shut all the lights off in this place. It's gonna be pitch black. I want everybody to be quiet."
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They put the lights down. Everybody's quiet. One fucking dude's like, "You fuck China."
Yeah. Yo, that shit was wild. Hey, but speaking of like the unruly crowd, man. So did you guys watch the beginning of the match on SmackDown? When Drew came out, the crowd was hype. When Cody came out, they booed him out the freaking arena.
Yeah, he had the home crowd advantage. I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
I kind of think the reason why they put the belt on him, to be honest, is he's been a good soldier all this time. He's been putting
Yeah.
everybody over, going through. They
Yep.
hit the little Europe tour, put the belt on him. He's going to go to Scotland with the belt, so he'll have his little
Yep.
homecoming with the title, and then when he goes back, he's going to drop it. I think they're trying to
Oh yeah.
they all the, whether it's Ric Flair, Cena, they're starting to put the NBA like, oh, if you had the title the most amount of times, that means you're the best. But when you had guys like Bruno and Hogan that had the belt for 5 or 6 years straight, you can't say Hulk Hogan, if he was dropping that belt on and off the whole time over that 5 years, he'd probably have 20 title reigns by now. So it's like you had to drop the belt all those times to get the totals up. So I think they almost put that in the back of their mind to be like, all right, well, Cody's had it twice, so we'll have him lose it so he can be up to his third time, and they can start adding up the numbers to your greatness.
But people don't understand because you brought up Bruno. The popularity of him, he was like a celebrity, dude. He was like Mickey Mantle at like he had that clout. Like who was going to beat him? Like at that time, and even when they had somebody beat him, it was to give him a break. When he asked them that first time, can you just give me a break for a year or two because I'm beat up, having the belt for like 9 straight years from like 64 to 72. It's defending it like all over the Northeast. I know he wasn't like flying all over the world, but it's got to be taxing. You've beaten everybody that's come through the territory, so you got to cool yourself off and go away and whatever. So I mean, it's a different and during the kayfabe era too, where you don't want to drop it to anybody that these guys are getting stabbed and all that other stuff. You hear about the Blackjack Mulligan getting stabbed like 9 times at the Boston Garden because he got into almost like a walking riot with Pedro going through the crowd. Crazy, just all the stuff that's lost with pro wrestling. But I digress.
Who wins the Royal Rumble now? Cody for the 3rd time?
Oh, good question.
I think it's going to end up being Roman versus Cody, but I think that Cody's going to have the belt back before that, and Roman's going to win. It's going to be Roman and Cody for WrestleMania, unless they try throwing Punk in there.
Or Roman wins the Rumble, gets the strap back, and then it sets up like a Roman versus The Rock, which I think The Rock is still holding on to.
I don't know. Tough.
I'd pay for that. I'd watch that.
So, the thing that's crazy is like you have all these hours of programming. I had sent. I don't know if I sent it to the whole group chat or if I just sent it to Andy. They had a thing from it was like a Mid-Atlantic from like 1984, and it just was showing all the guys that were on the roster.
Oh no, I had sent it. It was Mid-South. All the guys that were on the roster in 1984.
Just 1 year. You're talking like 30 different guys, and they used to have just an hour long show with no pay-per-views. And it was like, well, there were a lot of they had a lot of good guys. Like, oh shit, I forgot he was there. And then they would show a couple of scrubs, and then oh yeah, he was there too. And it's like they got all these hours now, and they can't make any stars. They can't. They use the same 4 guys that are all over the show, the whole freaking show. You got women's matches going half an hour to start the show.
Bro,
Raw
on Monday night, it was like 3 women's matches in a row.
Like you want to have some mixed matches or tag teams or whatever. What happened to the 10-minute time limit here? Like we got to wrestle after plus the commercials.
Yeah,
I thought it was never going to end.
Thing is, WWE has a talent to bring up, man. Except they get called up from NXT and they get buried by Punk, Cody, Randy Orton, and the rest of them. AJ Styles, the only one out here trying to put the scrubs over, and he's not like, he's big, but he's not like the star power to like put somebody over. You got Rey Mysterio still wrestling and getting big moments, and now we're looking at like a LWO versus the Vision. Like that's what it's dwindled down to, bro. Like nobody gives a flying shit about that.
You know, they need to call out Gunther up to kill them all. Wyatt Six.
The Wyatt Six, bro. I don't
Terrible.
know why that's not getting more traction, bro. Their Wyatt Six was in there. Who was they wrestling? And Bo Dallas just started wrecking people, bro. I was like, I could kind of get into this right now. It's been kind of repetitive and hard to watch at times, but this past one, I was like, okay, I you know, he's in there just hitting Sister Abigail and everybody left and right, and they had to jump him basically to shut him down. But that's another wasted faction, and but then Randy Orton comes out and the crowd goes crazy. Sami Zayn comes out and wants to challenge Cody. Like, hey, earmuffs, little Andy. Sami Zayn, what the fuck? Who the fuck wants to see Sami Zayn with the undisputed? Nobody. Not a single person. I don't. I could barely watch him as the Intercontinental Champion. And maybe it's me. I don't think Sami Zayn is all that. I'm just to be honest with you.
That's the modern day Tito Santana right there.
I'm not a huge fan, man, but I don't know. And you got dudes like Logan Paul, extremely talented, can't get out of bullshit matches and bullshit factions and whatnot, man. Like, I don't know.
I would not to stay on the wrestling so long, but I just had a dream tag team for Cheap Heat, MJF, Dominic Mysterio tag team. I think those guys could be heat magnets together. I think those guys would be comedy gold too.
Oh yeah, I love Dominic Mysterio. I've been saying for a while.
The two of them together, like a yin and a yang, and they'd be like the semi-rich guy with the kind of like the Spanish dude. They kind of be pot shots. Yeah. It'd be good stuff.
Dominic's got to get in the gym though. He's got to get in the gym.
Can't wear the La Paca gear forever.
Yeah, you can't be a pro wrestler and be that skinny. That's not happening.
Needs to get on that Eddie juice.
Yeah, he's got to do something.
Yeah.
They need to put LA Knight and Zack Ryder together as the Knight Riders.
Bro, sign me up. I said that the other day. Sign me up. Where's LA Knight been, by the way?
Something tells me you've been sitting on that one for a little while.
You know, the creative mind always working.
Somewhere there's two rubber wrestling figures with a leaf piece of paper next to it with a card on it.
Is he Zack Ryder or is he Matt Cardona? Like, I'm so confused.
They dropped the ball. They already missed it. So
I'm so confused, bro.
There must be something that he don't like about them or they don't like about him that's not disclosed.
Yeah,
like maybe he was the one that was macking on all the chicks when he was there.
I don't know. He's married to Chelsea Green.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good. He's set.
Speaking of set, Ed, did you get the copy from Tom about the shitty picks?
I did.
Okay, so let's start talking about the world of professional sports
or college sports.
The professor is not here.
No, he's not.
So you got, as usual, you are a stunt double.
Yes, I am. So that's it. Hey, 1973 podcast is brought to you by. I don't know how to pronounce it, Andy. It's Leet Hockey Company at Leet Hockey Company. It's all about the game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior or listening up for the very first time, we've got you covered. From top tier gear and custom equipment to apparel, live events, experiences, full team support. Lint Hockey is built by hockey players for hockey players. This isn't just a brand; it's a community, a place where players of every level can stay sharp, play hard, and live hockey. So if you want to elevate your game and support a company that supports the hockey world and join a movement that's growing fast, check out lenthockey.com today and tell them the crew from the 1973 podcast sent you.
That's us.
Hey, that's us.
All right, Ed, this is where you hop in. Jump on the bus, Gus.
All right.
New plan, Stan.
All right. Just need a new key, Lee. No need to be coy, Roy. You know? Well, let's talk about the NCAA semifinal games between Miami and Ole Miss. I'm gonna kick this one to Brad first because I know that Brad's been just like, he's been just like clawing at it, and I know he's got to do some he's got something to say.
I don't, man, because like Ole Miss wasn't supposed to be there to begin with. Like our coach left us. We're on a backup quarterback. We had some dudes jump the portal like a day or two before the game. Some guys off the O line. But we got all the big players locked up and committed. We're still waiting on Trinidad Chambliss to be approved by the NCAA for a 6 year of eligibility. But like the Sugar Bowl win was such a high and unexpected. Like I didn't expect to win that game. And the team is so young and inexperienced. Like the Ole Miss was just a bunch of transfer portal kids anyway, right? That Lane Kiffin put together. Also, Lane Kiffin kind of pulled a dick move and called a bunch of his coaches back before the Fiesta Bowl. So staff wise, we were down on that. Well, I'm not making excuses though because Ole Miss took the game. They damn near beat Miami, who was probably a little more talented. There were three lead changes in the fourth quarter alone. Three. I'm not mad at it, man. Like Ole Miss wasn't even supposed to be there. We ain't never been there. We'll never go back. The things we look forward to every season. Can we beat LSU? Can we beat Bama? Can we beat Georgia? And we got to win the Egg Bowl. Those are the four things. Outside of that, I don't give a shit about bowl games, man. And I think the rest of college football doesn't give a shit about bowl games either. When you see teams like JMU and Iowa State losing their entire offensive side of the ball to the transfer portal, um, nobody gives a shit about bowl games. It's transfer portal, NIL money. The biggest thing I got to say is college football needs some regulation in that department, and the timeline of when people can hit the portal needs to change. They need to move it to the summer or spring, right? Doing it over the winter just before bowl season kicks off. Like imagine if we're watching Final Four in basketball and the star point guard of the Indiana Hoosiers decides that Duke has a more profitable NIL deal for him, and he just hits the portal just before his Final Four appearance. Like people would be up in arms. They would be freaking devastated. It'd be wrecked. But in college football, that's exactly what's happening, and coaches and players alike dipping out before the playoffs start. So the timeline needs to shift there. But as far as Ole Miss getting beat by Miami, I don't. Carson Beck, dude's been in college for 7 years, bro. Their star receiver, Tony, was 11 years old when Beck was a freshman at college. They're even with the COVID year and all that happened. I think there needs to be more strict guidance and regulation on the NCAA as far as, and I'll say that even with Trinidad trying to get his 6 year, that in Indiana being the average age is 23 or 24 years old because they literally have a roster of guys that have been riding out 4, 5, 6 years of college. Um, so that's super weird to me. But also, hey, do you remember like back in the day, if you were a star in college, you did 1, maybe 2 years and you dipped out. You were in the NFL. Now dudes are staying through 3, 4 years, getting a fifth and 6 year of eligibility for NIL money because that's where they're getting paid. They're getting paid more in college than they are as a rookie in the pros. So ain't mad about it. Get your money.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I kind of I thought Miami was actually going to smack them, but what it ended up being quite the game. It was back and forth. There was a point there I was like, I thought Ole Miss was actually going to win, but
Yeah, it's pass interference. We should have won.
Oh, stop.
they,
Just stop it. Just
they
stop.
Roll Tide.
I tell you what,
Roll Tide.
Miami brings it. They play a physical brand of football.
Yeah, they did.
So I want to start kind of going forward here. I want to see what they do with Indiana because Indiana's a wagon. They're like that. Talk about a team that you probably wouldn't nobody had there. There, that the coaching job that Signetti's doing is off the chains. It's unbelievable. Even Mendoza, I kind of thought he was a stiff. I just thought he was getting by just because he was on a good team, but he was looking fantastic against these top defenses. So who knows? Maybe the Raiders might luck out and actually get somebody good for once.
That's the first Raiders thought this year, I believe, that we've heard. So
Yeah.
No, I think that for myself, I mean, it was an all-time classic. That game, it was great. It was physical. I mean,
That was a good game.
it really was an exciting game. I mean, I really believe that the kids from Ole Miss really stepped up. I thought that they played a hell of a game. There shouldn't be any hanging your head or anything like that. Brad, I agree with 100%. Like this whole like getting into the portal during bowl season. Now, I mean, I understand. Hey, you got to leave school before the new semester starts and everything like that, but there's going to be some rules and regulations. I mean, about when you can leave and everything like that, because, I mean, you got guys leaving right before like one of the most important bowl games in school history and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm going to dip out now. Same thing happened with Oregon. Like half the running back room left like the week of the game. I mean, or the 2 or 3 days before the game. I hope that it's from the way that Indiana played the other night, and they just spanked Oregon. I mean, they just took them out behind the woodshed and just whacked them. And I mean, but that's what happens when you have 24-year-old men up against like 18, 19, and 20-year-old kids.
Yeah. 5-star, 4-star don't fucking matter when you are a 23, 24-year-old man and you've had time to hit the gym and the weights, or compared to a kid straight out of high school. There's no comparison, man.
No, and I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think that it's going to be a really physical game. I think that that they may even have to pull a slap shot and have the ambulance drive it around outside the Hard Rock. And speaking of the Hard Rock, by the way, which is a wonderful stadium to see a game, great sight lines. The only issue that I had by going to the Orange Bowl was the parking prices.
Ooh.
Oh yes, it was $80 to park.
Whoa, that's Massachusetts desk right there.
Wow.
Ain't no way, bro.
8-0.
Felt like you were home.
8-0. Yeah. I mean, but one thing I will say is just that to get you in and get you out, it's a beautiful stadium. Probably could use a few more urinals in the bathroom, just saying. But, the lines were long. And
just pee in the trash can, bro.
And not with all the cameras that were there.
Piss your pants like in the old days.
Yeah, just pee yourself. Yeah. All the cool kids do it.
All the cool kids do it, yeah, for sure. And then
I peed myself twice on this podcast.
Nice.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good man. Weak bladder. I love it.
That's messy with no pants.
It's not a weak bladder. I did it on purpose.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
if the dog pisses in the house, why can't I?
There you go.
Nice.
I will say that Texas Tech fans.
That's the dog in you.
Showed up. Texas Tech fans really showed up at the game. They were a lot louder than the Oregon fans, to say the least. I will tell you that.
Now, Ed, I have a question. Seeing that you are residing in the South,
yes.
How many times in your travels have you come across stuff Massachusetts-esque, meaning you had to pee in the trough?
That's going to be a 0.
If you've ever been to Fenway, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Piss trough? Yeah, man. I think Mississippi State used to have the piss troughs at their stadium in Starkville.
Oh, hell no.
That's weird.
That's stage fright right there.
Oh, it's weird. Or I walked into there one time, and have you ever seen the hand washing station? It's like this big bowl.
Oh, yeah.
With this thing in the middle, and the water comes out.
Yep.
Yeah, they have that at the Shuckers, Brad.
Yeah, dude. I thought that was the piss trough. So I walked up and pulled my dick out, and they're like, bro. And I'm like, what? Why are you staring at me, bro? They're like, we wash our hands right here. I was like, zip. My bad.
See,
sorry about that.
See, you're not a savage because you would have kept going.
Just would have kept going. Just
step right on
streams.
Step right on that rubber ring on the floor and keep the flow going.
There needs to be some signs up on piss trough versus hand wash trough. Because you've had a few beers or a few bourbons, you go in there, man. It's just fair game.
Oh, speaking of cocktails, let me tell you about some cocktail prices.
That sounds like it was cock, not cocktail.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, wait, what?
Let me tell you about the cocktail prices at the Winter Classic. Guess how much a double rum and coke was?
$20.
25.
That would be $36.
Ain't nah, hell
Ed,
to the
when,
no.
when you weren't here last weekend and we explained to Brad where you were, he was disappointed that you didn't ask him to go.
Well, I'm sorry, Brad.
He was very
Oh.
disappointed. Very disappointed. He was like,
No.
that guy didn't even ask me to go. You didn't
No.
even say goodbye when he left. And we thought we were BFFs.
I'll hang out with Ed any day of the week, except no, you know
Well,
what? I'll take that back. I'll go to a hockey game with Ed.
Oh,
Then I might actually have some fun because he can explain it to me the whole time.
Yeah.
only if they have a piss trough in the bathroom.
Yeah, piss trough.
Want to hear good, Andy? You're gonna like this one. Want to hear a good piss story?
Now we're in piss stories.
Me, Andy, and Tom go to the movies. So the movie's done. Everybody's gonna go take a piss after banging down the two large sodas. So we go in there. 1,000 people in there. So they got about 6 urinals on the wall and like 3 stalls. Me and Tom are side by side, and Andy's in in the stall. So the room totally freaking quiet. Everybody's taking their piss. Nobody's saying anything. One of the dudes down on the end fucking rips a fucking fart. So it's like a little piss fart. So I'm next to. I was holding it in as long as I could. Then all of a sudden I just went. I started fucking giggling. Fucking Tom's on the side of me. He starts busting out laughing. Next thing you know, the whole freaking room's in hysterics and over one little freaking quiet room fart.
Nothing wrong with a little piss fart every now and
Oh, it was so fucking funny. We walked out of there. Just the whole walk to the car, I'm in tears. It was like I was in kindergarten. Couldn't let it go. Hilarious.
then. What movie did you go see? Was it a Nicolas Cage movie?
No, it was good.
Huh?
It was.
It was good.
Oh.
I don't even. The font was better than the movie, probably. I don't know.
More memorable.
Maybe
Oh
it was
my
something with
God.
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
So, are you ready to wrap up the NCAA talk so we can talk World of Weird with Bradford?
Yeah, let's talk World of Weird with Brad.
All right, Ed.
Yep.
Big shoes to fill.
I know.
Stunt double.
I know.
You are this week's crash test dummy.
That I am. Hey. Here's the tinfoil hat lead in. I just read the copy. Man, can you believe it? I'm tired. This episode of the 1973 podcast is brought to you by RC Custom Cards. Do you collect cards? Want something truly unique in your hands? RC Custom Cards turns ordinary cards into extraordinary custom designed trading cards created just for you. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, honoring a team or a friend, or building one of a kind collection, RC Custom Cards crafts premium personalized cards built to impress. Great quality, great design. Oh my God. Made for collections fans and anyone who wants something special. We'll elevate your collection. Head to ICCustomCards.com and see what you can. Tell them
This
you
show
heard it.
sucks without Tom.
Oh my God.
Brad, put on your aluminum foil and let's get going.
Man, I just want to say, like a few weeks ago, I called it. I said there was going to be a false flag event. We're going to go into Venezuela. Predicted it. It's predictive programming. It's Operation Mockingbird. It's all the same CIA playbook they pulled when we invaded Iraq. All them years ago. The whole is ran by a dictator. There's terrorism funding. They're weapons of mass destruction. And then of course with Venezuela, it was. He's a dictator. He literally has Hamas in there training to attack and to come into America. And instead of weapons of mass destruction, it's fentanyl. Even despite the fact that China is the world's mass producer of artificial, narcotics, i.e., fentanyl. But we're not going into China to capture their prime minister or their president. Just like when we went into Iraq for weapons of mass destruction, We didn't go into Iran or North Korea to get theirs. Is so it's weird. I called it though, right? It's the same playbook. They just restamped it and put a new country's name on it. And then, I said there's gonna be a false flag event. It's gonna be something to distract us from, because a few Fridays ago, uh, Congress was ordered by law to just release unredacted all the Epstein files. And so kind of convenient that we go in and capture Maduro and then ICE shoots somebody in the face for basically, attempting to drive off. So despite your politics or what you thought of that situation, we used to be a proper country where if a Fed shot anybody in the face, we would freaking riot and be like, what is going on? And now you literally have this far right mentality of celebrating this shooting, and they're like, well, the libs celebrated Charlie Kirk shooting, and so we're going to celebrate this one. And man, America is in a bad way right now. And then I watched this other clip on Instagram where this dude's talking about, your algorithm has essentially been designed, and this is where they're getting us. I was telling my wife that I don't understand how people don't understand this process and this concept where your algorithm, let's say you're a devout MAGA, your algorithm is only showing you because you've liked stuff and you've shared stuff that's MAGA related. It's only showing you the absolute crazy bullshit, insane side of the left. And then if your algorithm, if you're a left, you're liberal, you're Democrat, and you've liked and shared that stuff on your social media, it's only showing you the absolute worst of the far right. When if we all get together, I think we all have a lot of shit in common where we could actually, hey, we all want lower taxes and better wages and affordable groceries. Like, let's start there, and we can work up. But the algorithms and now are just dividing everybody. And, I called it back when COVID was huge. I remember having a conversation with my friends and they were like, yo, man, what do you think is going to how are we going to get through this? How are we going to get off COVID? And I was like, man, nothing's going to change until we have a change in the news cycle. And I was like, I hate to sound like a prick, but we need another police shooting a black guy situation. And then like a week later, George Floyd happened. And like my friends, they were like, bro, how did you predict that? I'm like, you don't want to know where I've been, bro. Like with the conspiracies, you don't know how deep I've gone. And I've been saying the same thing. Like something has to change the news cycle. And right now it's this ICE guy getting this woman. And I think the question we're all not asking is, she was a self-proclaimed lesbian woman, but she wasn't driving a Subaru. So I have a lot of questions about that.
No wallet and chain.
The wallet and chain.
Okay.
Wasn't driving a Subaru Outback, so I think their script is a little off, but that's probably going to get us in trouble, Andy. But maybe we could go back and y'all can bleep that out. Do we have that?
No.
No? All right, sorry. Anyway, it's false flag. It's false flag of Palooza right now, man. It's like open season, and I've been talking about it for 3 weeks, and I hate to say it that when I'm right, I'm right, man, and here it all is right in front of us, and it's in the news. Nothing we can say about it.
I sent you guys a thing and it was kind of mind blowing with the terminology, the way it's broken down all the way back. And Brad and I have talked about this theory of the every 100-year cycle with the way things, the lifespan. I don't know if I'm going to tie this into what you were talking about, Brad, but
Do it.
Humans only hardly live past 100, and it seems like that if you're not around for a certain amount of time period, it kind of gets erased with your generation. And it's easy to create a new narrative because they don't let the lifespan go longer than 100 years. So you can't, even when you're elderly, your memory of when you were in your teens and your 20s isn't really that, spot on. So it seems like there's a lot of that stuff that's part of that conspiracy theory of life and life cycles and the way that the everything is set up. But I come across this thing, and now I see it all the time. Speaking of algorithms, where the television, you break down the terminology. It's vision.
I saw that.
What do you watch? A program. And then all these terminologies, it's things that are hidden in plain sight.
Yep.
But when you call them out on it, you're the conspiracy theorist. You're the tinfoil hat. Well, the TV, the television, could have been called anything else, but they called it that. They could have called it the something box or the electric wave generator, but they didn't. They called it a television, and you watch a program. So you go back to that video from who was it that did that video? Sugar. It was I forget the band's name. They did that song Chop Suey. Whatever.
System of a Down.
System of a Down. Thank you, Brad. In the beginning of they talk about that where they have you for 8 hours a day, and then when you're home, you're watching the TV, and then they program what they want to show you to give the narrative of what they want to show you, and it's just a revolving cycle of life, and it's been like that, So, wake up, people! It's just how it is. It's the over information age, and you can't get away from it. I don't know how you deal with it, Brad, but
it's Clockwork Orange, bro, every day.
Yeah, but it's like we talked about it a week or two back. I said it to the Phantom. We're over. It's all things that we never had access to when we were kids. Some good, some bad. I wish there was things that I had known sooner that the internet has brought to my attention. Kind of late to the party with some of the stuff, some of the positive things that you find. But it's tough to cipher through all the stuff to get the stuff that's actually the truth, because it's bombarded with, everybody's narrative. Plus, you don't know what the truth is, and everything from financial stuff to how to build a deck to everything. So yeah, it's a different time right now, and it's forever changing. And I told somebody at work, AI, once you let that run, it never sleeps. It's always evolving. You can never get that horse back in the barn ever. And it's moving faster than even they'll let you let on. And once you get that going, there's no telling what the possibilities are, positive and negative. But yeah, it's all distraction, Bradford. Phantom, kid ad.
Yeah, it's whether it's just your algorithm or it cracks me up where you go into the settings of your phone and like go into the privacy and like shut this off, shut that off. So, but you're in your house and you're shooting the shit and you're talking about stuff and you go on your phone and next thing you know, it's in your Facebook, it's on your Instagrams, it's in your advertising, whatever you just finished talking about is somehow coming at you.
All there, bro.
Yeah, it's weird too, because even like I'll be talking about something and it'll be like, oh, I need a jersey frame or something like that.
Yep.
Next thing you know, what's on my TikTok feed is jersey frames or something like that comes across. Or I've had my phone in my pocket. I've been in the shed and I've been like, oh, where's the out loud I'll say, oh, where'd I put like the leaf blower? Next thing you know, on my phone is Craftsman or Ryobi leaf blowers. I'm like, huh, what is going on here? So it just makes sense, because if you're driving and you need directions and they're following your phone, right? So just go with that as your baseline. They're following your phone. They're following millions of phones, so you can have directions to get to this rink and some outpost in New Hampshire that you'll only go to once, and it gets you there, and it tells you when you leave the house, even though it's an hour and 45 minutes, it's to basically the minute. And it's just amazing how you will slow down, you'll speed up, you'll drive a little faster, you'll drive a little slower, and you'll still get there at the same time. It's as predicted. So, I mean, it's a different time. Ed, can I add anything?
Nope.
No, a straight no from Ed.
That's it. I mean, I'll add a couple things. Brad, I mean, you and I have talked. You and I talked about this for 2 years straight. I mean, all the false flag stuff and Operation, Mockingbird, Paperclip, all that stuff.
Operation the Game.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
You know, I mean, that's the thing about it is, it's like, how many times is it gonna wag the dog, right? You know what I mean? Like, okay, we started a war. I mean, we went to, a certain particular person, launched an airstrike because a certain particular person was caught in the Oval Office under a desk. You know, just saying, it happens all the time. You know, we're just cogs in the wheel. They've just made us just smart enough so we can just basically add the, grease the cogs in the wheels of the machine. That's all. And I mean, Skynet is alive and well.
Yeah, I think that as
Getting
far as
there.
like back to the AI thing, Ed, I think if you have a job that doesn't involve any physical labor at all, you're replaceable.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a job that you pick stuff up and put something down, or it's more blue collar based, you have more safe for your job going forward with AI not being able to take that over. But if you're like in a office setting and all you do is push paper all day or move numbers around, you better look for a skilled trade because then those jobs are going to be obsolete. I mean, look at the way Amazon does business. You you order something, you don't have to call anybody and put in an order. You can pick the amount. Then if you get it and you don't like it, you can return it, and it's all like printed out on a computer with
Yep.
a label that's pre-coded, and it goes back to somebody that physically either picks your order or puts your order back away. So that middle person, that old school vacuum cleaner salesman that was going door to door, obsolete. That stuff is all obsolete. If you can't drop ship or something like that, it's it's all going by the wayside. Phantom, get out on the manufacturing side of things.
Yeah, it's like super interesting. It's kind of it kind of blows your mind a bit. Yeah, you look at you see these videos or whatever, and if you worked in any kind of warehousing or anything like that, and you just see all this stuff moving all over the place, and you see how we do stuff sometimes, and when you go to an Amazon. You order something on your phone now, and then tomorrow in the afternoon it's going to be on your door. There's no days. It's like less than 24 hours. You already got it.
Yep.
And sometimes it's stuff that you're ordering is not like there's not really anywhere around you that really has it. So it's like, and everybody's using it. It kind of blows me away how efficient they actually are.
Brad, tinfoil hat for the week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sitting here reading an article by Tucker Carlson where even he is called out like how people have celebrated this woman getting shot. Like we've lost the ability because of this programming of how to even view this person through a human lens. Like, do we have differing views on politics? Yeah, most likely. Nobody deserves to get shot in the face. And I brought up kind of went hunting on Instagram the other day for like a conservative post that was celebrating this lady's death, and I just rage baited a bunch of folks and was like, "Hey, what about Ruby Ridge? Kind of a similar situation where a woman got shot in the face, and is this not like the Democrat version of Ruby Ridge?" And my phone like just goes off like every 5 seconds for somebody calling me an idiot or a libtard. I was like, okay. Rage baited worked. But yeah, even Tucker Carlson, who's like far right, is saying like we gotta draw the line somewhere, man. And we gotta stop normalizing bloodshed just because we have different views, man.
How can't we all just get along?
Bro, at the end of the day, ain't that what it is though, man? Like
Yeah,
that's to oversimplify it, man. That's our
exactly.
generation's fucked. It's little man right there, giving the thumbs up. As his generation's gonna have to be the ones that change this shit, man.
Oh no, we ain't changing nothing.
We ain't changing shit, he says. At least his generation could tell the difference in AI videos. Us
Oh.
old timers and boomers ahead of us, we got to have like a top 10 list of how to view AI versus real life media. So it's yeah.
I like not knowing.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Don't tell me. Don't ruin the surprise.
I like watching my videos like it's wrestling. I want to think it's real.
Yeah.
The best thing about the AI videos that I pop the most for is when somebody that's a fan takes toys like from when we were kids, especially like the GI Joes, and puts them to like live action music videos and things like that. I'm like, if somebody has the time to make a 2 hour movie of this fan made, I would watch it hands down. There's no doubt in my mind. I would. That's like the stuff that the kid in me still yearns for when I'm online, just seeing that stuff like that. It's like the imagination that you had in the 80s, like turned up to 11. It's crazy. Just like all these, not to stay long winded with this conspiracy theory stuff, but all these fan made AI videos of stuff from all the cartoons we were from when we were kids going like morphing into live action. I'm like, just somebody please come along and make a Captain Caveman live action for me. In the Teen Angels, I'm dying for that. That all day, something like that. Spider-Man and his amazing friends do the Batman '66 TV show over and all the AI. Awesome, all day. I'm all for it. That should be my shout out for the week. More AI, please. Fan made videos. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Ed,
More
shout
AI,
out.
so I don't have to go to work.
You need stuff to watch.
Yeah.
Shout out for the week, Edward.
Oh, shout out to the week. All right, I'm gonna go with this. It's not really a shout out to anybody, but I'm going with Indiana over the Canes in the national championship game. I
Roll
mean,
Tide.
I believe in the U, but logic is telling me that 24-year-olds are gonna roll.
All right, Bradford, what do you got?
Shout out, 'cause I don't think we've talked about it yet, man. The Duffer Brothers in an absolute letdown of a final season. Why can't we just get a good send off for our TV shows, man? Like Game of Thrones ruined it. These guys ruined it. Conformity Gate, we thought we were getting something on the 7th. We didn't. Now I'm twice as mad. You know what I mean? Why can't we just get a good send off, man? So I don't know. Stranger Things, it was a great show. Finally ended. Surprised we haven't like really done a deep dive on that show for the pod, but
Not yet. Haven't finished watching it, Brad, but we'll get to it.
yeah, it's a complete shit ending. Don't even waste your time.
Before we get to the Phantom shout out, I want to add I started watching a new show, Tulsa King. Pretty good.
I've heard good things.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I would say it's 3 seasons in, decent. You gotta know Stallone is Stallone and
Right.
go with that.
Nick Cage is Nick Cage. You go with that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you know.
Yeah,
You know what
you
you're
know.
getting. So decent. If you like that mob type stuff, it's decent. Phantom, you have the floor for the closing shout out.
I'm gonna shout out the Sauce. He's over there playing Puppet Master. I want to know when he's bringing back the rating of the rink shitters.
Oh, when you bringing back the rink reviews?
Oh, well, some of the rinks around here are pretty goddamn awful.
You let him say goddamn.
Kid
So
show. It's a kid show.
I'm gonna bring my kids down.
We gotta bleep that one out.
Blow your mind. we can't hit somebody with a switch up here.
Red Dead Redemption.
The greatest video game of all time, Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm standing.
No, I'm playing the first one.
Well, you got to crawl before you walk, son. The Sauce making the appearance for the 1973 podcast. You want to give a quick shout out? Send us off. You're on camera right now.
Shout out, you guys. You guys are awesome, but you guys sound like you drank too much before you came on.
The funny thing is, I'm stone cold sober. I haven't touched a drop.
That's no excuse. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The beers ain't $35 at home.
Yeah, I had one IPA at the Mardi Gras, but it was a 20 ounce.
Good man.
That's all I had.
When we went to go eat Mexican food, you had too much tequila to drink with your taco.
Yeah. Well, you believe that one? I'll tell you another one.
You had tequila?
No.